Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. I am really excited to talk about what we're going to talk about today, and that's going to be Social Security. And really, it's going to be talking about the differences between when it was first created and now. And there you go. You saw one of my dream tennis courts in the background there. Anyway, like I said, we're going to be talking about Social Security, how it's drastically changed between the time that it started and the time as of right now. So a few fun facts here. In what year was Social Security first established? Some of you actually might know this. It was 1935, so 85, 86-ish years ago. It was part of something called the New Deal, and it was part of Franklin Roosevelt's administration. He rolled it out during the Depression. So Social Security started then. 5 years later, in 1940, how many workers, how many people were putting money into the program for each person that took money out? This is kind of crazy when I looked it up, but it was 159 people to 1. So in other words, you had 159 people putting money into the program for every one person that took money out. It's pretty crazy. Back then, and when it first started out, how old did you have to be to draw on Social Security? Well, that was 65 years old. Social Security back then was not a retirement program. It was actually insurance against living too long. So what was the average life expectancy back then, back in 1935? Well, for men, it was 58, and for women, it was 62. So they didn't even anticipate the average person would live long enough to ever collect on Social Security. Now, the question is, was Social Security a financially solvent program when it first started out? Of course, you bet it was, absolutely. It was set up to last forever. And shortly after it was set up, soldiers started returning home from World War II, and they started having babies at a rate that was never seen before. On top of that, as years have gone on, people have started to live longer. So fast forward to today, how many people are contributing to the Social Security program for every one person that takes out? That ratio looks more like 3 to 1 today, not 159 to 1. So you've got 3 people putting in for every one person taking out. What do you think that ratio is going to look like by 2030? Well, more along the lines of 2 to 1. And then today, what's the earliest age you can draw on Social Security? That's 62. So you can be 3 years younger than the original plan. Now, here's an interesting question. If you start drawing Social Security at age 62, how long on average will you continue to live or continue to draw on the Social Security until you die? And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, average life expectancy is what, like high 70s, 77, 78 years old. That's true. Yeah, that's the average, that's the national life expectancy. But that includes infinite mortality and all the bad things that can happen until age 62. But if you just take those that are age 62, statistically, if you make it to age 62, you are going to draw on Social Security until you're about age 85. So 23 years is what you're expected to draw Social Security on. As you can see, Social Security is a little bit different today than when it was first created. Now, for all of you who are wanting to know about the statistics that I got, feel free to pause the video here. These are the reference for you. But, you know, I would love to be able to talk with you more about what this information implies for you, what it could mean for you in your retirement, and how to better prepare for it. So here's my contact info. Please reach out to me. This is great information to know, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, everybody.